we are discussing this subject at a very appropriate time because the budget is right before you within 2 months. So whatever we are trying to tell you, they have been very strategic and they have been very valuable suggestions, but they would take time. But dealing with your own budget, asking for more money is something which is easier. So I would rather welcome this discussion on the eve of your budget. So whatever it is, climate is changing. I'm saying this because we are not indulging any politics now. If there is some shortcomings that we show you, it is not out of any
apathy.
What did you say?
Any apathy. Aversion.
Do not take me amiss on that issue. It is true that the government of India has a big list of relief measures and things that you have said, including the new fund that we want to create for that. I would say Mr. Patnaik has very rightly said, after this scholastic speech of MAG about the scientific thing and Patnaik warning us, this climate change or what you call warming, climate warming is something which is not only threatening our lives today, but very civilizational lives. I was going through yesterday, one book is 20 million years ago, the human race, how this dinosaurs came down, went into extinction because of the climate change. Now that is the threat that Mr. Patnaik has detailed out. I would rather say that two things. Rather than saying what exactly is going to be the impact and what exactly is it doing are known to all of us, except saying that it is not going to affect a particular age or particular period, not particular section, but the entire civilization as such, what I said. I would say what exactly we need to do. Shiva was telling me that instead of saying what exactly is the statistics, please try to give some measure, some suggestions which are going to help us out. Patnaik ji has given us three sets, three things that are going to challenge you, that are scaring us. He says in the place of security, you must have resilience. In place of mitigation, you have adaptability. In place of relief, you have preparedness. In place of green pathways, lifestyle must be changed. This I would endorse and say that this should be the... Sir, the IPCC report finds that we are radically, unless we radically change our course now, we will be leading towards this end. India is ranked 4th among the list of countries most affected by climate changes in 2015. That is notwithstanding the fact that today only two-thirds of the emission is created by the 10 countries. We are absolutely matters somewhere at 3%. Yet we take the blame. What exactly they should give, the technologies that we expect from the developed countries, that is not forthcoming. That apart, we are not coming out with our own technologies, as Niranjan Reddy has rightly said. We must now think of the resilience development schemes which are going to stand by it. Now today, 1.2 degrees Celsius. Within another 20 years, we would be reaching 1.5, although you promised to fight them. Notwithstanding that 1.5 threat, today as it is, if you allow the things to go on, 60% of our population is going to be affected by this increase, which did not reach 1.5, but reach some disastrous level. Then I would rather say, but at the same time, when I'm suggesting this, we must also think where this emission comes in. 7% of emission is from the Indian side. This has to go down. As MBG said wastages or your own energy resources, your, let me say, what you call, the coal that you are using, the burning at Punjab, these things do add to the emission factor. These things are within your own things that you can take. But in case you allow things to go down, if you allow things to come, the Himalayan glaciers are a threat. If not today, tomorrow, the main rivers like Ganga, Indus, and Brahmaputra are mostly depend on snow caps and the snow water, glacial water. This makes them vulnerable to global warming. I'll not take because I am myself not doing well. So I'll take only 1 minute to say. Sir, recently we have seen in Chennai or in Kerala the floods. This is again effect of the climate warming. This to mitigate this, what we need is the laws, strict enforcement of laws. We don't have, today, for example, you take Uttarakhand, we could not allow the water to flow down because of the illegal constructions in between. So these things may look very relevant on the day when the disaster takes place. But before that, we are never futuristic. We need to bring that kind of a lifestyle in them so that they become futuristic and understand why the government is trying to take this kind of a stringent actions. Another thing is, you have CSR today, corporate social responsibility. This must change into a regular law or regular funding source. Corporates must take up the schemes by themselves and do the job. Sir, coming nearer to Telangana, I can tell you like any other state, we are an agricultural state. Naturally, this climate warming is going to affect us, going to affect our economy. We are on our part, we have taken up this scheme or the program that within another 5 years, 50% of our power will be solar, the renewable energy, not for fuel coal. So this is a big step that we are taking. Like this, every state must take responsibility to take up the programs which are going to help the center, going to help humanity and our own selves. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. The next speaker is Sri A.D. Singh.